first, we were going over our previous debate, the one, Zaref, actually, were you there? The one that Tomas, like, the one on whether immaterial could, like, interact with material? Yeah, so, were you there for the second part of it? Like, yeah, okay, so you heard, like, all the stuff, like, when Archie brought up, like, conversion and shit like that, right? And yeah, and don't you remember when I asked if it is possible for there to be other types of causation other than the ones he's listed out, and he said yes, it is possible.
Review the lesson's objectives, which are listed on the slide.
Yeah, so my argument in that first debate, which I'll just repeat again, is that we were arguing about whether something was metaphysically impossible. For it to be metaphysically impossible, that means that there's no possibility and there's no chance, and you would have to demonstrate that. But instead, he actually agreed that it is possible that there are other types of causation, which basically just defeats his whole purpose for, like, having the debate in the first place. So basically, I just don't see how he proved it was impossible if he literally agreed it was possible, that there could be other types of causation under which immaterial reacting with material is possible. And I don't know how he wants to argue his way around this, so I'll just hear him out. Go ahead, Archie.
All right. So essentially, right, it was really just him, his goalpost. We agreed on this goalpost, and I forced him to go towards this goalpost of, well, you have to prove to me an inconsistency or irrationality, right? Because at first it was me having to prove this, but then he made the entailed assertion that it was impossible, or sorry, that it was impossible, but that it wasn't, like, necessarily possible, if you know what that means. That that this is the case of happening. So I told him, okay, cool. That's the case. If these things supposedly can interact, I guess I'll just have to prove inconsistency or irrationality. So I went on the goalpost of proving that. He went on to ask me, well, is this thing possible? Now, essentially, I said this. I said that this was possible, but not in a modal sense. In a modal sense, if something is possible, that is just saying it's not impossible, but either way, it's not necessity. Okay? But I'm talking in a more of a scholastic sense and in a more of a basic analytical sense of being possible that, okay, well, this is a possibility. You can offer this. I'm not necessarily agreeing that whatever types of causation he would say are modally possible. But what I'm saying is that, yes, you can offer this. Right? That's what you're in a debate. It's your stance. Right? I'm not the judge. You can offer this if you want. And that essentially is what we're arguing on here. The last point to where we went off from the debate is him basically arguing, well, okay, did I agree to this? Did I agree to that? I'm claiming that I did not agree to it being modally possible, but rather that it is possible that you can give your statement. Because that's why I interpreted it as, and that's what he worded it as. He's arguing that I agree that it's modally possible. That is where we're starting off from this point on.
Okay, so now that you've given your thing, I'm not really sure, like, what you mean. What would you distinct?
So,
like,
Yeetus, this is how these things work. You're not responding to my summary.
Okay,
these are called introductory statements.
Yeah.
Right now, Yeetus, shut your mouth. Right now, this is what's happening.
Shut the fuck up, Archie.
You shut up, Yeetus, you fat pig. Who are you? Who do you think you're talking to, you ugly bastard? Who do you think you are? So anyways, as I was saying, you fat idiot, This is what I was saying, right? Essentially, we're giving our introductory statements. That's what we're giving. You're not supposed to respond to my introductory statement. But you're doing right here, right? What you're doing right here, you're supposed to argue your stance, meaning you're presenting, you get like a 30-second platform or 1-minute platform to give your reasons for why you won. I give mine. Afterwards, we have our overall discussion, and then we give our conclusion. That's how formal debating scholastics work. Like, okay. I don't know if you need, if you don't trust me with it, I don't know if you need Zaref to explain it to you. But what you're doing right now, you're just giving your baseline. Okay, cool. Cool. If you trust me, then this is what you're doing now. Now you're going to have a 30-second or 1-minute platform. This is decided by Zaref, right?
Cool. I don't get, I've heard you. Why do you have to keep going on?
Yeah, dope. So Zaref, is it a 30-second or 1-minute platform? Or do you want it to be 2 minutes? I feel like 2 minutes is a bit long.
Okay,
That's dope.
so Archie, I'm not sure. Okay, so anyway, I'll just go because I was actually going to ask you a clarifying question, but if you're just going to spur when I ask questions, that's fine. So I'm just going to quick go ahead. So first off, I don't really get how that's relevant to what I was saying. I was literally just saying that you agreed that the types of causality that you listed don't have to be the only types, and I guess even Tomas extrapolated on that in the judgment. I don't get why you're so retarded to understand that. Yeah, so you obviously agree that there could be other types. This literally just shows that it is a possibility that there could be types of causality under which like material objects can interact with immaterial. Yeah, so you obviously didn't fulfill your burden, and that's literally all I have to say. I mean, and also you never brought up any of that modal stuff during the first debate. I don't even think it affects anything because I don't think it's relevant. I don't care what kind of possibility you're talking about. Any type of possibility is fine. If you have to prove something is metaphysically impossible, this means you have to show that there is no chance that said thing can happen. But you literally agreed that there is a chance that said thing is possible. So therefore, you've literally conceded to your whole fucking burden. That's all I have to say, bro.
Okay, are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so essentially, this is the reason why definitions in possibility work. So there are definitions in, so a metaphysical possibility, I don't know if you've read any of Alexander Proust's work or any of Hume or Kant's work, right? A metaphysical possibility is understood to be something that's possible or something that's really contingent. Modal contingencies are also defined this way. But scholastic possibility or just definitional possibility is not referring to logical or metaphysical possibility. The thing is right here, Yeetus, right now you're trying to claim that the types of possibility don't work. But right now, right, you're trying to argue off of Yeetus. You're trying to argue that I claim that this was metaphysically possible. Therefore, it can't be impossible. Again, that's only under the definition of modal contingency or metaphysical possibility, right? I'm agreeing to being scholastically possible, to which this definition would have nothing to do with modality. We'd just be saying, yeah, you're allowed to, within the sake of the debate, to like offer up multiple things. I'm not saying these specific things are possible. I'm just saying you're like allowed to, right? Because what I took it to be, Yeetus, when you asked me that question, I took this question to be, well, am I allowed to offer this up to the debate? Should I offer this up to the debate? Should I not offer this up to the debate? Which I took it to be that you were asking me if it's possible, if you're allowed to. That's what I thought of in that circumstance. You did not clarify whether you were talking about modal possibility, metaphysical possibility, or really anything, right? Within Tomas's extrapolation, he didn't clarify the possibility. I asked him what type of possibilities you're referring to, then Tomas responds to me with, well, any type. To which it would confirm my theories even more that you were talking about scholastic possibility, to where I would say, well, I don't know. I'm not sure. If you can, it can't. I mean, I'd suggest you ask a judge, to where the judge actually at that time wasn't even present, which would be Aristotle being the judge. But again, it doesn't really matter either way. Either or, this scholastic possibility is what I affirmed it to be. So I want you to do this, Yeetus. I think a healthy goalpost we should set up for this debate would be being this. First, we should understand what type of possibility we are referring to. And once we re-clarify that, right, then we can furthermore progress the debate on who won. But until we clarify what we meant on that, if you're just going to argue that point, I think it's just going to come down to useless semantics and us arguing, well, that, prove your interpretation and stuff like that. And I don't think that's healthy progression of the debate. In fact, I think that's just going to lead to furthermore backtracking. Right? All right, I think I'm not done. And I think Zaref would agree with that. Now I'm done.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, Archie, let me just clarify. Would you agree that a metaphysical impossibility entails actual impossibility? So if something's metaphysically impossible, then it's also actually impossible?
It depends what type of metaphysical impossibility you're referring to. There's many definitions that go on.
Under the type of metaphysical impossibility that we were talking about during our debate, which you literally agreed to.
I never knew which type we were talking about.
What do you mean there's one type of impossibility? Are you
That's not the case at all. I don't know if you studied Rand's. I don't know if you've studied Rand's, if you studied Kant. like Kantian impossibility, things of that nature. But there's multiple types. I didn't know what you were referring to under this definition.
Okay, actually, you actually confirmed what you meant by impossibility during the debate.
What type of impossibility did I say?
Yeah, hold up. You actually confirmed, and Tomas actually confirmed before we agreed. He said that metaphysical impossibility is literally just the same thing as actual impossibility, except having to do with a metaphysical matter, which is what we were debating.
But what type of metaphysical matter would this mean?
It would just be about whether immaterial things can react to material. So this is
would this be interacting like would this be interacting like as in a such of logical indeterminacy? Would this be interacting in a sense of Kantian indeterminacy? Would this be acting in a sense of causal indeterminacy? Like, what are you talking about?
Causal interaction, bro.
Causal interaction is spread within logical interdeterminacy and causal interdeterminacy. Dude, so what type of interdeterminacy is there? What are you
talking? Archie, this is like, first off, you didn't bring up any of this shit during the last debate. We just literally went off with
Okay, that's cool, but we don't know what type we're talking about. So I'm asking
we clarified during our last debate, and I'm telling you what it was.
We didn't clarify. All you did was just say we were talking about a metaphysical impossibility as being impossible in the actual world. But that doesn't affect what type of interdeterminacy there is.
Okay, so if you didn't clarify, what burden were you even trying to fulfill?
I was trying to fulfill that this causal interdeterminacy or this logical interdeterminacy, either or would be inconsistent until given away by metaphysical possibility. Which is why we got to the point. Which is why we got to the point of arguing what I actually agreed to. Hold on, what I actually agreed to when we're given the phrase possibility. Which is why I'm saying we should probably clarify what type of possibility we mean if to progress.
Bro, when did you hold up, bro? First off, when did you clarify that? Also, you realize that we literally
I'm saying we should clarify because we don't know. Like we can ask Zaref. Okay, so Zaref, do you think we should probably clarify in order to progress?
What is there to clarifsh?
I know you're gonna say yes, but either or Yeetus doesn't understand this. Do you think we should probably clarify what terms of Yeetus? I'm trying to speak. Let the big boy talk, okay?
No, you're being a retard.
What are you talking about, Yeetus? I just knowledge clipped you so hard you didn't know how to respond by, you idiot. You're such an idiot, Yeetus. I swear to God. So anyways, as I was speaking before this ignorant freaking pig talked to me, I'll say this, right? Zaref, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should probably clarify what we mean exactly by which type of interdeterminacy we're talking about? And do you also think we should clarify what type of possibility we're referring to so we can furthermore progress the debate? Thank you. That's all I'm saying. So furthermore, Yeetus, let us clarify rather than you yelling at me about useless stuff. So I'll clarify this. This is what I meant when I agreed to possibility. Again, as I said before, I was referring to scholastic possibility and denotative possibility, which would just mean possibility outside of the terms of the debate. But like, Archie, if you were trying to say, for example, Yeetus, I'm not done. For example, if you were trying to, okay, Zaref, can you please let him, can you please tell him to stop so I can clarify?
We're debating about.
Okay, so Zaref, can you please let him tell him to stop talking so I can clarify? Thank you. So anyways, as I was saying before you just interrupted me, this is what I meant when I accepted possibility. I thought you were asking me if you can bring up these other types of causality in the debate. I thought you were asking me, are you allowed to within the debate? Is this a possibility that I can? That's what I thought you were referring to. As I said before, scholastic possibility or denotative possibility. I was not referring to modal possibility or metaphysical possibility. Metaphysical possibility and modal possibility are just analytically and truly different from what scholastic possibility and denotative possibility are. So I'm saying that's my clarification on what exactly I agreed to or what I meant. No, if you were referring to a metaphysical possibility or modal possibility, then I can give you how I would have responded within that debate. I can give you that answer right now. But I'm saying, as far as the terms of the debate and the recording goes, I was agreeing to scholastic possibility, not metaphysical or modal possibility.
All right, Archie, we're debating about whether we won the we're debating about who won the last debate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if you didn't bring this up in the last debate, how is it relevant to right now?
Well, it's relevant because at the same time you didn't clarify.
Irrelevant?
No, I said it is relevant because at the same time you didn't clarify what you meant. Meaning none of us could have known what each other meant within the last debate. Meaning if that's the case and you won't let us clarify, at that moment that means the debate would have just gone inconclusive since none of us had a clarification, since both of us misunderstood each other's stances and what we actually agreed to and meant.
You know what you misunderstood? My balls in your mouth, Archie. Coming up on.
Defunct. I already told you that. I can't
Archie, since you're hold up, but before you start talking, but before if you're just gonna be dishonest, I'll just literally just pull up the recording of the last debate and see what we agreed to. Okay, is that cool?
You can go ahead and pull it up.
Cool. Let me do that.
Go for it, man. And by the way, Zer, if you do understand what I mean by scholastic or not scholastic, but scholastic possibility. Is he saying if he's asking, is this possible? Can I do this? I thought he was asking me if you could. I never knew he was referring to modal. And you do understand what modal and metaphysical possibility is, right? I'm assuming so. Okay, thank you. I think I don't know if he understands what I'm talking about. Again, I think I just need to break it down a little to not even coming off condescending, but I think he's just gonna keep yelling at me and misunderstanding me if I keep talking to him. And
when was I
think it's just jargon. I think it's just jargon for him.
When was I yelling at you, bro? What the fuck?
Yelling? We have two different terms of what yelling is. If you don't think you're yelling, that's fine. I don't think either or. I don't think it's relevant to the debate.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Yeah. Okay. So I think this just shows how disingenuous you are. But okay, I'm just gonna pull up the recording.
You can say I'm disingenuous, right? But I think there's a difference between being disingenuous and a sophist, right? And just simply misunderstanding and having two different terms of language. I think those are completely different things. But
You know, it's also two completely different things. Me, fuck you.
You're dumb. LOL. This worked. Just chill. Just chill, Defunct. Just chill for a second. I don't know why everyone is so... Coconut, do you understand why everyone's so angry and chat at me? They're so angry. Zarif, are you seeing this? I know they're so angry at me in chat. What the heck? I swear to God. It'd be the Vinland dudes. I don't know why Disfunk's mad at me. I'm assuming Disfunk's just trolling. Oh, Sante, we're just what's it called? Me and you are debating on who won. I'm trying to explain to him, Sante. What scholastic possibility and metaphysical possibility is the differences, but he doesn't understand. I know you're going. Dude, you're so weird, Disfunk. I know you're just gonna do some troll stuff. Coconut, I don't know if you're gonna chill either. Sure, I'll let you up, bro. Until Yeetus is done getting his thing.
Hold up, Archie.
What do you want, Yeetus?
Alright, let me just ask, what's the difference between scholastic and modal possibility? Because I don't know.
Okay. So when it comes to possibility in denotive form, referring to the possibility of almost like an interactive phrase. So what I mean by that is basically it almost comes in the phrase of a question, right? Opposite of a demand. So if someone were to say, is this possible if I could do this? Or is it possible? So let's say in a bank, if you're trying to cash something, you were to ask, well, is it possible if I can expend this much amount, right? You're asking, is it possible if I can do this or can I do this? Now, modal possibilities, we're referring to contingency. We're not asking, is it possible if I can do this? We're asking, is it possible, or more of, is this state of being possible?
Okay, no, I'm asking about impossibility because that's what we were debating last time. You did not bring this up.
I'm referring to the question you asked me about. Are these other types of causations possible?
No.
Is it possible if I can bring this up?
Oh, okay. So you were saying that? Yeah, no, that's not even what I said. I literally just said so. I said, so could there be other types of causation that you haven't listed? And you said yes.
Well,
so
what I brought this, right? What I took that to be was you asking if you can bring up other ones that I haven't listed. That's what I took it to be.
No, well, okay, Archie, why don't we just play the recording? Because
we don't have to, because I'm not questioning you on what you said. I'm just saying I interpreted what you said to be this, and then this phrase of possibility rather than your phrase of possibility. I don't see why the recording is necessary. It's not like I'm disagreeing.
Archie, I'm gonna play the recording because
there's no need to. Like Zarif, I don't know if you want to jump in this, bro, but I don't think there's really a need to play because. Well, I know, but Zarif, I'm just saying to him that there's no need because I'm not disagreeing on what he's saying. Okay. Okay, well, if that's the case, then sure.
All right, hold up. Let me just grab this real quick. Okay.
Moise, weren't you literally trying to cosplay with Ace? What are you talking about? What is happening to this world? Moise, he was literally trying to cosplay. I have the screenshots. You guys are trying to cosplay Mater. You guys are trying to cosplay Mater and freaking Obito. What is wrong with you? Why do you laugh like that?
You can't hate on the relationship like that, bro. You can't hate on the relationship
I'm gonna play the recording, Archie.
I'm sorry, but it's just that, bro. He was I just saw that in chat and I was just like, dude, what are you saying? You're so cringy. I might just send the screenshots in chat, but
that's messed up.
I mean, I'm just saying, he was trying to actually, I might just send the screenshots in chat. I had an entire expose on this, dude. What are you talking? Moise, you sound so socially inept. And Moise, didn't you and Austin get scammed by a 12-year-old named Abyss? What? So socially inept. What are you talking about? No, don't even lie. I have the recording of when you guys were in a private VC. You guys were in Finland and I was in there. You guys got scammed at first.
The recording's playing. That's outside of the debate. Worry about that afterwards.
Okay.
Okay, so you say you were going to list out numerous types. So I'm saying, are you affirming that the types you're listing out are the only types of causality?
No.
Okay, so you agree that
but you'd have to give me a sorry.
Okay,
but you'd have to give me a reason, another type of causality to where this would be logically possible.
No, I don't. Again, that's
yes, you did, or else that'd be an appeal to ignorance.
Yeah, you're literally okay.
So you want to play? Okay, yeah. So after this, right? This is the part where I got confused on Yeetus, because when you said I don't. At that point, I was like, okay, so he's not talking about possibility in a modal sense. If he's saying you're not doing this, because if you're talking about possibility in a modal sense, that is something you need to prove when you're affirming contingency, right? But if you're not affirming contingency, I was just like, okay, well, he's not talking about modality. So is he talking about scholasticism? Is he asking the question genuinely to me? That's what I took this to be.
Archie, I wasn't affirming anything. I was actually on the agnostic position here. You were the one trying to affirm that, in fact, something immaterial can cause something material, right?
Well, I would just argue within your agnosticism, there were entailed ideologies within your own questions.
We're trying to affirm that this was impossible, and I was just saying,
I would just argue again within your own agnosticism, there were also entailed ideologies.
Okay. Well, Archie, let's say for a minute, let's just say that you did mean that, okay, and that you didn't actually agree that there were other types of causality. Do you think in that case you actually fulfilled your burden? Did you prove that these were the only types of causality, I asked?
You think?
Well, I would argue this. Who? What the?
Sorry, that was
the recurring. So actually, Yeetus, I would argue this, right? That regardless, my only goalpost was to prove irrationality within it. And given you agreed to my or not even agreed, but given that you were already going upon my definition within the first debate, okay, well, you can just bring up the recording of the first debate then.
And actually, Archie, you sure?
Well, no, I want you to bring up the first debate. I want you to bring up that recording.
Wait, what do you mean?
So all of us can hear together. I want you to bring up that recording of the first debate. Because I'm arguing within that first debate, we were going upon my definition of causality.
Oh, sure. Why don't we actually... I mean, Zarif was there, so why don't we just get his...
No. I think we should go upon the debate. Because as Zarif said, if you're allowed to bring up this instance of recording, to where I think this would provide proof, I'm also allowed to do that.
So you want me to look through the whole thing and find it?
You could, or you could just play the whole recording until we find it.
Sure.
I don't mind either way.
Oh, yeah,
Luis, I swear to God, I'm this close. Actually, now, Luis, I'm looking for the screenshots. You're so ugly, Luis. You fat idiot.
He wasn't that ugly when I saw his face when he blacked.
Bro, I remember I saw his face, dude. The instant thing I thought of when I saw his face was like an Islamic Spencer.
Oh my God.
That's like the first thing I thought of. I'm not gonna
Louise isn't even fat though. He's got like almost a neck beard.
No. Here.
But
It's like he looks like anorexic and fat at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like he just has that that facial.
That's what a
it's
dude.
just weird.
He
has that facial structure.
Like once a week. Looks like he probably takes some kind of like creatine. I'm like,
he has to. He literally has to. Because there's no way he can look like that.
He looks
ain't literally no way.
He looks like a TikTok e-boy. Not that guy.
I mean, I guess. It just looks so weird. It's just so cringy to me. Like, he immediately... Not really. I mean, I personally have no idea. Like, I personally have no problems with Moise. It's just that he came into... what's it called? He came into, like, chat trying to, pack me or do some weird stuff. It was so cringy. No, I know for sure. He has to.
Yeah, it's
at the same time.
It's troll, man. Like that's what trolling.
And then Also, he got so mad when you know how he was trying to say that he never nuked Muketsu and that he never nuked these things.
I mean, no. No, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, basically he did.
Archie.
After that.
All right, debate's back on.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Real quick. I'm looking through which recording are you talking? Are you talking about the one in
the first one, part 1, on Zerv's channel?
The one where you
part 1 on Zerv's channel.
All right, cool. Let me look through that because I remember we were talking about this during part 2, and I remember you were being disingenuous. So quick.
Okay, yeah, go for it. And by the way, Moise, I hope you know. What are you talking? I wasn't mad that you nuked it. It was just kind of strange. You were saying that you were trying to kick me from your server and do weird stuff because you said that I was probably gonna nuke or whatever. But then I was just like, aren't you a nuker? Then you were just like, no. So it was just kind of strange. I'm not gonna lie, Moise. It was kind of weird.
Oh my God.
I'm just wondering. Also, I asked this question, but it's weird. You got quiet in VC when I came in and asked this. But I mean, I guess now you can answer since maybe you don't want to speak up. But where exactly did I say that that I nuked? When? I'm just wondering. And Maisky, what's it called? I said the bot comes in when it wants to. Yeah, man. They're all it's weird. They're all goons. It's so strange. I know they're trolling goons.
Yeah,
but, it's
I
just
got asked about this philosophical theory about the 3 ways of justification and stuff earlier. I didn't know what it was. I'm gonna look it up. What's your opinion on it?
3 ways of what?
Justification. It's Artiger's fucking trilemma.
Oh,
do you know what that is?
Trilemma? Yeah, can you explain?
So, basically, from what I read, I'll just go back on Safari and read it to you.
Sure. Or you can send me an article on it and I can read up on it later. But if you give me a quick explanation, then sure.
Yeah, it says there are 3 alternatives regarding the structure of justification written by ancient Greek philosophers.
3 what regarding the structure of justification?
Alternatives. Yeah, written by a Greek philosopher, Agrippa.
Wait, hold on. You said what? What are these 3 ways of alternative justification? If you could explain. Oh, never mind. I don't know what Yeetus is doing. He's looking for something. I'm not sure. Zaref, if you could explain what exactly is Yeetus trying to do here? I've already clarified that it was a misunderstanding and that we should probably go on, but what is his point here? What is his goalpost?
You removed me. That was gay.
That wasn't me. I was literally not even looking at the VC.
He's basically saying that your burden of proof was to demonstrate that every type of causality is impossible for there to be a causal relationship between something physical and non-physical. And he asked you, are there types of causality outside of the types you've listed as being impossible? And you said yes. So because you said yes, you didn't actually fulfill your burden of proof of demonstrating that all types of causality lead to an impossibility of causal relationships, physical and non-physical.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me bring this up in the beginning, but remember when I was referring to different types of causal interaction?
Yeah.
So when I refer to causal interdeterminacy, I'm referring to causal interaction that's like something. It kind of refers to analytics in a sort. It's like saying something that can't touch anything touches anything. Are you aware of like the laws of or the reason? Are you aware of like negation being in the same proposition has its negation being a contradiction?
I'm just gonna
wait. Hold on, Yeetus. Wait, Yeetus. I'm trying to explain. Like, are you aware of like what I mean by when I say like a negation is contradictory if put in the same proposition has its negation? Like when I say okay, well, it's kind of like a performative. Do you know what performative contradiction is in a sense? Like when I say oh, okay. So if I say right now I'm not talking, that's called a performative contradiction.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a performative contradiction in a sense. So it's essentially saying, okay, well, if you say I can't touch anything while touching something, that's like a form of like performative contradiction. And in causal interdeterminacy, which is what I meant by causal interaction, which way it was in like the definition. That's basically what I meant. Like if you're going to say something can't touch something, then at that time, regardless of what it like matter, that's just like a performative contradiction. Like if you're going to say something being intangible, something not being able to touch anything touches something, that means it is able to touch something, meaning it's no longer intangible, meaning it's no longer like immaterial interacting with material.
Okay, so
and I clarified this, Zerf, in like my first definition of it, which I was saying for him to get this. It's just that back then I didn't really read much on it. I mean, I'm still saying the same thing I am now. It's just that I didn't know how to put it into words. So my definition, which I got, put it into words. If that makes sense.
I asked what you said when I was gone because I don't think it's fair if you said some shit. Yeah.
So I was just clarifying. I can explain to you. So essentially, I'm saying what I meant by I was the one who said it. So essentially, I was asking.
Yeah.
Essentially, I was basically asking Zareth, and I explained to him what like a performative contradiction is. I was explaining to him what I mean by when I say something being within its negation within the own proposition is a contradiction or contradictory statement. What I meant by causal interdeterminacy and what I meant by my definition.
Yeah, I don't get what you're saying, and I was asking Zareth, so if you would kindly shut the fuck up. So Zareth,
I mean, either way, if you don't get what I'm saying, you're not going to get what Zareth's saying, because that's just what I said to Zareth.
Yeah, so what is your question?
He was asking what I said. I think he ignored me, though.
I think I can speak for myself, Archie. I was going to ask.
I mean, you really can't. You stutter a lot.
When I was looking through the recording, what did he say? I don't really think it's fair if he said some shit that I don't know.
My gosh, just explain basically what I just said there.
Okay.
If you can.
So basically, he said that he was there actually more. He was under the impression that you were referring to a different type of causation or a different type of possibility. My bad.
No, it was more of that. Sorry, it was more of that. I was referring to a different type of causation because I'm the one who brought up the topic. Or more if he was, but I'm the one who clarified about causal interaction, stuff like that. I'm the one who presented my definition of what I meant by when I say it's a contradiction. Or how I was referring to a performative contradiction in a sense. That's what I meant.
So okay, so
it was like entailed within my definition of it.
Archie, whether you said it was like okay, so first off, you said that it was metaphysically impossible, and then went under.
Well, we were also talking about metaphysically impossible and causal interaction. So when I'm talking about causal interaction,
bro, let me
when I'm talking about causal, wait, you just calm down. So when I'm talking about causal interaction, calm down. So when I'm talking about causal interaction, I'm talking about causal interdeterminacy. That's what I mean by causal interaction. Like I was trying to clarify the multiple definitions at the beginning, but like you weren't understanding. So again, how I mean by causal interaction or causal interdeterminacy, I'm saying that it's a performative contradiction for you to say I cannot touch anything while touching something. Right? I'm referring to it being a performative contradiction rather than within causal interdeterminacy, which would eventually entail a metaphysical contradiction. Like I can explain why, or in fact, I can send you like a book and read all this stuff. But like more of, Yeetus, I'm not done. But like more of, right, Yeetus? I'm saying that I'd be preferred if you get the definition or if you get the recording, because I clarified this in my definition and actually made you read it out loud. So I'm saying that more of, right? I think you should probably get the recording, as I said, right? And if you're not going to get the recording, I'll just ask Zaref to ask you to get the recording, so you have to.
He's got the button here.
Yeah,
I'll get the recording, Archie, but I was just asking what you meant and how that influenced the debate. Are you
so that
trying
influenced the debate? So it influenced the debate because, right, when I'm talking about interdeterminacy, when I'm talking about I think this is logically impossible, or it's more of not logically impossible, but metaphysically impossible for something causal to interact within the scope of causal interdeterminacy, I'm saying that this is important because I'm the one initially who said I disagree. And this is what I meant when I disagree. If you're going to misinterpret or strawman what I mean by I disagree, then I feel like that would be a strawman again. This would just reaffirm my point in the beginning, as I said when I said that both of us are misunderstanding each other.
Okay,
and that in truth, that both of us misunderstand each other, and then that means we can't really get to a general consensus. Meaning either way, that would just lead to the debate being inconclusive.
Okay, Archie,
that's what I prefer and think.
Archie, why don't you just put it in terms not including the word scholastic and shit like that? I know you.
I never said
full time. Archie.
Basically, I never said scholastic. I never said. Wait. I never said scholastic in my previous introduction of what I said. I never said scholastic for what I just said.
Okay, so anyway, Archie, I know you've been studying for the past few months because you were embarrassed that you got slammed by me. But,
actually, I was studying before then, and it was actually said by Tomas himself that I knew more than you even when I wasn't studying. Okay, but I mean, you can go on though.
But Tomas clearly. Okay, anyway, regardless, I'm not gonna pack you.
Wait, hold on, I have to go for a second. Hold on.
You have to go for it. Okay, cool. Just like last week.
I ain't gonna lie, he interrupted you, bro. Clean.
So Archie just gets to cut me off. That's like.
Yeah, bro, just cut him off back.
I'm on a fucking phone, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, download iOS rip
Just
cord?
turn on your camera and you'll be shocked.
Yeah, facts, bro. Just fucking. But
it's legit. Every time you've turned on your camera, everybody went quiet for 3 seconds. Just as soon as you turn it on, just start talking.
This is too hot. I can't deal with this. But regardless, if this dude beat Jack, then I don't know what to say, bro. I'm at a loss.
I feel like on a real note, he's got good points, but you haven't been able to speak. So I don't know.
But regardless, I mean, I just I don't really understand what he's saying and why it's relevant. It just does not make fucking sense to me, dude. Maybe I'm just maybe I just haven't studied enough, but dude.
Basically, his whole point is he's not disagreeing with you, so you don't even need to understand it. For one, all Zaref does, and I'm sure Zaref does. Right, but he's just saying the debate would be inconclusive because neither of you had a consensus or an understanding of what the other was saying.
That's not true. I understood completely what he was saying. Now that he's bringing up all this shit, then that just means that he could think whatever he wants to think. Any type of possibility is fine. I mean, I don't know unless he thinks I meant impossible in some different language where it means I don't know some fucking some actual other meaning. I don't really get how that's relevant because
that's one part. He gave implications of things that weren't picked up, and you gave implications of things that he didn't pick up, which are meanings behind what you were saying. If you don't know what implication is, I hope you do. And it was just picked up by either person, so it was inconclusive. There was a misunderstanding, which is incredible.
Because he wasn't able to fulfill his burden. Anyway.
Well, the burden that I was trying to fulfill, right? The only burden I was trying to fulfill is to prove that it was impossibility. You shut up. Don't make me expose your picture in chat.
Okay, anyway.
Don't make me expose it, bro.
Right,
no. That's what you want to make fun of by stuttering, right? What is this in chat, you ugly fat bitch? You ugly troll. What is wrong with you?
Archie,
what is wrong with you? Who do you think you're talking to, you troll?
Archie, did you literally
You're an actual troll, bro.
Archie,
you're so ugly.
Archie, we could go in a different...
No, I just want to ask. I just want to ask. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to like that? You're talking to your father, you suck.
Archie,
I'm the one who taught you.
Archie, did you just
Don't make me get up the screenshots. Don't make me get up the screenshots. Don't make me get at the screenshots of you literally begging me to teach you, you idiot.
When did I beg you to teach?
And Luis, why you're trying to say Yeetus is cute? Like, I don't think your opinion matters. I caught your wife on camera, you idiot.
Hey,
You were dating a flat slob. You're dating a flat slob, Luis.
Archimedes,
So
being a spur. Look. I understand. You needed to get him back.
No. Matter of fact. Wait,
what? You've done it. You've got him back. I promise you.
No. I don't care, Luis. I don't care, Coconut. Right? All I'm saying is that if he's not going to focus on what I'm saying, if he's
got Louise on his mind,
then either way, I'm still gonna like either. I hope he knows he's never gonna win like a loud biking battle, nor is he gonna win a debate with me. So I think he's most likely focused on the debate.
That's fun. That's fun.
Archie, you're never gonna win a debate. Why did I beat you,
right?
Bro? Why did I beat
and you two continue that. There's no need to.
Why did I beat you?
That's what's up, Coconut. I'm just saying, like, for him to either focus on the debate, or I'm just gonna keep like over talking him.
I know what I mean, right? Like he got off topic and you got off topic. Well, let's get back on.
Archie, why did you?
Right. So, anyways, as I was talking about, this is why it's important. So, when I mean by impossibility, I'm the one who clarified my stance. It was my stance. This is the stance I was taking. I was taking that it's impossible given performative action within causal interdeterminacy, which has something to do with causal relation. And when you identified within the recording that what you meant by causally interacting is causal interaction.
Okay.
So it would have to be within causal interdeterminacy.
Okay,
if it's within causal interdeterminacy, then that means if it's a performative contradiction, that means regardless, you can't say I'm touching something while not touching something. So the question would be, were you trying to say within the debate that something can touch something while not touching something?
Archie.
Were you trying to say that, Yeetus?
Archie,
Yeetus, were you trying to say something can touch something while not touching something? Answer the question.
Okay, Archie, why does causality...
Were you yes or no? Why are you trying to answer my question with another question? Yeetus, I need you to focus. Why are you trying to focus?
No, I wasn't.
Answer the question. I promise the question satire anyway, and you can just continue.
No, that's not what it goes.
Thank you. Can you answer my question, Yeetus? Yeetus, stop trying to answer my question with another question. Can you answer? Can you focus on the debate? Or are you just going to keep trying to stall because you don't actually have an answer and because you know if you answer the question honestly, you're going to be conceding? So anyways, can you focus on the debate and answer my question? Are you trying to say within the debate? Are you trying to say within the debate that something can touch something while not touching something? Yes or no?
No.
No?
What I was saying. Anyway,
Zaref, that's a concession.
Zaref, you fucking mute him, bro. He's just speaking over me.
That's a concession, Zaref. Zaref, that's a concession. He disagreed that he didn't actually hold his stance. He disagreed he didn't actually hold his stance.
All right. See, Yeetus, this is where
now can you let me fucking clarify what I was
saying? Yeetus, when you're disputing your concession, then you can explain why you didn't concede.
Concession, bro. What are you fucking talking about?
I'm not saying you conceded.
He was just speaking over me.
So anyways, as I was saying, Zaref. By the way, I hope no one tries to mute me, because regardless, this has gotten off topic multiple times.
Let me fucking clarify.
So anyways, as I said, Zaref, right?
Clarify.
Wait, coconut. But shouldn't Zaref answer my question? Because I'm saying now it's a concession.
Question, all right? Now, Yeetus, when he gives clarification, cough, Yeetus.
So what is he gaining clarification on? What is he giving clarification on?
Clarification on why he didn't concede and cough, Yeetus. Tie in what you're trying to say right now when you're saying, "Hey, I didn't concede because of this reason." All right, I promise you'll be able to get your.
Okay, so if he's clarifying on that, then yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Just make sure he's clarifying on that, though, Coconut.
Anyway, Archie, trying to say I conceded by agreeing, or not even agreeing, just saying that I wasn't affirming that something can touch something and not touch something.
That's not the case. I said no. That's not the case. That's not the case. That's not the case. What I said, that's a straw man.
Okay,
what I asked you is, were you trying to say within the debate? Right? Was that either an entailed belief or an affirmative belief?
What?
That
That's
you
not
can
what you said,
shut
bro.
your
You're
mouth. Was that an entailed belief or affirmative belief that you're trying to say,
Archie,
this thing can touch something or not touch something? And you answer no. You answer no. I was not trying to say something can touch something while not touching something. Meaning you're saying no. I was not trying to say intangible can interact with the tangible. So if that's the case and if that's what you're saying, then that means you never actually held that belief. So regardless,
dude, what the fuck? And now he's just gonna.
Anyways, as I said, so regardless, what I said, right? And by the way, I don't know who keeps trying to mute me. I don't even have to unmute myself. I'm just getting.
Archie, just let him talk for like 3 seconds.
Coconut. He literally just did. He's trying to strawman me.
I understand that.
But Coconut, he strawman me.
I understand that, but I feel like you'd be done by now.
But he's strawman me. So if he's gonna strawman me, then what's the point?
No, I understand.
Oh, I'll give you. Wait, hold on. That's your owner should have mute perms. I just gave.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, is he in? No, he's not.
He just get banned.
Did he?
Anyway, regardless. Anyway, I'm just gonna say, but while he's gone, I'm just gonna say what I was saying. So he asked me whether something can touch something and not touch something at the same time. Obviously, it fucking can't. That's retarded. And then I said, why does causality have to be two things touching each other? That's the whole thing we're debating. He's literally asking me a question, already presupposing that the thing we're debating is like already true, that his stance is already true, which he wasn't fucking able to prove because he's a fucking retarded bitch. His mama got beaten up by a fucking donkey from Minecraft. Like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy, bro? His hairline is fucking like the Grand Canyon, dude. What is this dude,
His
bro?
hairline is pretty
Fucking
straight.
retard. I bullied him out of the community. He fucking left. He came back after fucking studying fucking econ, for like
He
a
never
year
left the
straight
community.
or months upon months, and then comes back and gets bullied again.
So is he done having a mental breakdown?
No.
Like he didn't. I just got back and I just hear him screaming his lungs out. This dude just got done studying. Like honestly, do you need mental health?
Right? And we can deal with all the trash talking and all the bias against each other after the actual debate.
Yeah, for sure. I got you. I got you. Yeah, for sure, I got you.
No.
But basically, by the way, wait. I have to ask Mob something. I need Mob. I need Mob. Wait. I was gonna say, Mob, I'm muted. They took my memory roll away. It's weird. What happened to your bot? My roll was way above with it.
Okay, Archie.
So anyway, what happens when you just shut up? So why do I keep getting like muted?
Why don't we just finish the debate?
So Yeetus, as I was saying. Okay, thank you. But anyways, now you can continue, Yeetus.
Okay, so I'm saying, why don't we just like actually continue the debate instead of diverging?
Yeah, I said you can continue now.
Yeah. Okay. So what I was saying before, I actually said it when you got kicked, because I actually had a few moments to speak without being spoken over. But I'll just say it now.
I hope so.
Yeah, which is basically just that, Archie. You basically asked me whether something can touch something and not touch something at the same time. That is literally what you asked me, and I said no, because that would be a contradiction. But what I'm also saying is that question is literally just presupposing, if you're trying to like say it has any relevance to the debate, that's literally just presupposing that causality has to be two things touching each other. And you did not that burden. You didn't even get close.
Okay.
So go ahead, Archie.
Sorry. Okay, good. So Coconut and Zerf. I just want to clarify, you guys heard this? Did you guys just hear him say that something touching something while not touching something is a contradiction?
We both heard it. We both understand.
That's good. Perfect.
I'll go.
Okay, I will go.
Divide him in the butt or something, man. You can go.
So basically, I don't know. I probably don't have to explain why this is a concession, but I'll just do it anyways, just in case Zerf doesn't understand. I know you understand, but like, just in case Zerf doesn't understand, I think this is a concession, right? Because regardless, he just agreed to me that touching something while not touching something, or in other words, the intangible being not able to touch anything, interacting causally with the yes.
Can anyone hear me right now? What's going on?